Perfectly fine.
Hi, I'm Fee Mims, photographer. I have a studio in St Kilda, and I work with a lot of families and branding clients, business people like myself or corporates. I love my job, and one of the reasons I love my job so much is because I get to work with a lot of amazing people who are awesome, and I get to meet a lot of people who are amazing and awesome, like the one sitting next to me, which you're going to meet in a second. And this year I decided to do something a little bit different and bring some of these amazing people into the studio for some masterclasses to share their talents with a wider audience. And Felicity Watson next to me here is one of those people. She is a master of many talents. She is a personal styling expert who works with a lot of business people on their brand. She is an amazing coach and a very talented speaker. And I think it's probably better if you tell people a bit more about what you do.
Oh, well, yes. But first of all, thank you for that lovely introduction. So many compliments. I appreciate it. Well, my background is in marketing and public relations, and so most of my career has been spent creating positive brand publicity for brands. So the likes of Hallmark cards to Australia's favourite beer, VB.
Yeah.
More recently, though, I wanted to mix things up and also create more flexibility. And so now I'm doing coaching and consulting for women. I work one-on-one, but also do workshops and also speaking. And what I do with those clients is I help them create a standout personal brand and profile. And I work with them using my experience in public relations and communications. But as Fee mentioned, I've also trained as a life coach with the Beautiful You Coaching Academy, and I've also trained as an image consultant as well. And what I particularly love about the personal branding work is helping women who tend to undervalue and underplay their strengths and talents actually uncover what their unique qualities are, but then help them have the tactics and also the confidence to share what they do. So that's what I really love about my current work.
So because I work with a lot of clients that do branding photo sessions, and part of the process we work through is, what is your brand and who is your target market and what is your why. And some people are just starting out and they're still working that out, and some people are way down the path, and some people have no idea at all, and you can still go out and get the shots. But I do find that the more honed in people are on what their brand is, the more successful their shoots are, because you really need to know that, don't you, to understand what do you need to look like, what do you need to portray in your images, what are your colours you need to use. There's so much involved in that, which I've learned myself through having my own business, and I think the more I've gone on in my business, the more important I've realised that is. I don't think I ever thought about a brand over 10 years ago when I started out.
No, it is a bit of a buzzword right now.
Yeah.
But I do think what you say is completely true, and it's great you think of that as a photographer as well, because it's not my experience that everyone does. But your personal brand is a brilliant starting point, and particularly for photography as well. I think it's really worth doing that homework before you have a shoot.
Absolutely. So I think when you say the word brand, everyone's familiar with that in terms of a business.
Yes.
It's sort of something comes to mind straight away. But personal brand, I don't think people are so familiar with that term. I don't think I'm even as familiar with the term personal brand. Tell us a little bit more about the difference you feel between the two.
Yeah, sure. So a personal brand, there are loads and loads of definitions. I look at it simply as being about the impression that you as a person want to create. And so you're right, there are brands that we all know and love, and they represent service organisations and product-based businesses. But I guess the difference with a personal brand is that at its heart, there's a person.
Yeah.
And it's about what that person wants to convey and the impression that they want to make.
Yeah, okay. And even if you're not in a business, you can still have a personal brand?
Well, you have a personal brand whether you like it or not, because
thing,
obviously as you go about life, you are making an impression on people. And personally, my interest in personal branding sparked because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, and I knew I wasn't making great first impressions. And so that got me interested in the field as well. And I think a personal brand is absolutely key for people in business, but also if they work for an organisation or a corporate, but even just as a person, for someone, say, who is dating, for instance, it's really nice to have a think about how do you want to come across on those dates? How would you like to be perceived? And so I think it can be useful professionally and also personally.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, again, I suppose getting back to the sessions I do, brand is a lot about what you wear. And as much as we'd all would love to wear our moccasins to work and our tracky jacks, we can't do that. Why is it so important to... Why is what we wear so important? Because really, in a world where we're all supposed to be very authentic, you know, we still care a lot about presentation.
Yes.
And it is fun to dress up as well, but there's the other side where, I don't want to put my heels on today, but I have to because I work in this office. And, this is my brand. Why is what we wear so important still?
Well, I think that you're right. There are conflicting messages. So you do hear a lot about the sense that it's all about what's on the inside that counts, which I think is really important, absolutely. But what you wear is important too, professionally but also personally. And I think there are lots of reasons why. But for instance, first impressions and they're lasting. Also, how you present yourself needs to align back with your personal brand. And so, for instance, it might be that you have a very laid-back casual vibe. Maybe moccasins could work for that personal brand. But perhaps if you want to work with a more premium client, it would be more appropriate that you have a more polished look. So I think that your presentation can take many forms and many different styles, but you do need to be conscious of, is this going to work for my personal brand? Does it align with my brand and my ideal client? And I think that finally, and perhaps most importantly, is that when you look your best, and I don't mean that you look like a famous movie star or your next door neighbour or you look younger, but when you look your best, that makes you feel good. And when you feel good, you have so much more confidence. And when you have confidence, that is just such an ingredient for success, personally, but also professionally, I think. And so that's why I think presentation's important.
Actually, it's funny, I had a lovely girl in the studio yesterday doing a branding session, and again, in terms of clothes, we worked through what they're going to wear and what's going to look good and suit your brand, and she put a lot of effort into it, and like everyone I photograph, she felt really uncomfortable. She sent me lots of messages saying, I'm going to be really nervous, I'm going to be really uncomfortable, I'm not going to know what to do, but I'm really looking forward to it. But she commented a lot yesterday on how much better she felt that she had the clothes, she turned up, she had her hair and makeup done, but she came back to the outfits a lot, saying, you know what, that guidance on think about what you're going to wear, what's going to work in terms of colour and look and presentation. She said she just would not have felt the same in the shoot without that. And I do sometimes have clients that turn up that have left it to the last minute or they haven't put the thought in. And
that makes it stressful,
makes a huge difference,
doesn't it? And I think when you do that, I'm the same. So I encourage people to do prep and to do it in advance as well, because what it does is it just it's one less thing to think about. And as we said, when you feel good, then you can focus on doing other things as well and doing them well. But yes, I agree, preparation is key, and also small tweaks can make a big difference. I really think, like, I've talked to a stylist and we laugh about this idea of having good hair. Now, it sounds ridiculously simple and maybe a bit superficial, but when you have good hair, it just gives you that extra little zing or, I don't know, spring in your step. And so it's small things that can make actually a big difference when it comes to your presentation.
It's like when the sun comes out, we all smile. When we have good hair, we smile too.
I've been in hibernation up until the last kind of few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, like even personally, if you're feeling sick, you know, just to put on some makeup and some clothes, immediately you just lift a bit, don't you?
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
And we are visual beings as well. Everything is visual.
We are.
Very much so, which is, again, what I tell my clients. You've got to make that first impression, make an impact so people remember you.
Yes, and photography is such a brilliant tool for that, isn't it, as well? Particularly when you love it, and you do need to love your photos, don't you? Because when you love your photos, then you're more likely to share your photos and actually maximise your investment.
Absolutely.
And then they're going to work harder for you as well.
Yeah. Let's talk a bit more about the masterclass you're going to do in the studio. So maybe tell us a little bit about what you're going to cover specifically on the day, and then who it's for and what they're going to take away from it.
Sure. So the workshop will be a small group, which will be fantastic. So it'll be interactive with lots of opportunity for some specific personal advice as well. So it'll be structured in 2 parts, and the first is around creating a personal brand, and we'll talk about the idea of brands and why they're worth emulating, and some compelling personal brands that I particularly think are great case studies. And then, most importantly, each attendee will do some exercises to reflect on their unique qualities and strengths, and then curate their personal brand so they have that done on the day and they walk away with that. And then the second part is around personal presentation. And so what we'll be looking to do is how we present and making sure that aligns with our personal brand, but using things like colour to influence others, using things like concepts like colour psychology. And also colour has such a massive impact on looking good and also feeling good, but also our ability to influence others as well. And so that's something I'm really passionate about. And then style, in terms of how to dress for success, how to make sure that your wardrobe is actually structured so that dressing in the morning is effortless. And what people will walk away with is lots of practical knowledge that they can action themselves. But also, I think what I love about working with women is that I want them to feel good. And so I love the idea of helping them rediscover what makes them special, maybe their little special bit of magic, so that they leave feeling good about themselves and with loads of confidence as well. So that's really important to me.
Oh, our jobs have the same goal.
That's why we've come together, I think.
True. But I'm really excited about these. I said to someone the other week that I think I designed all these masterclasses just so I could do them.
You could get some new knowledge yourself as well.
I think, you know, I know a little bit about branding, and I do offer clients guidance, but I would know, 1% on what you're...
I don't know, Fee. I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be more than 1%.
Not much. But I'm really excited because there's going to be a lot more there that I don't know, that I will hopefully be able to take on board for my own business, and as well as passing some of that on to my clients. There's
going to be lots of really practical advice, and people are just going to have lots of aha moments as well, I think.
Yep. And everyone's getting a workbook on the day to work through. We're going to work out some kind of goodie bag that'll be coming. Oh, stay tuned.
Goodie bag. I have to admit, I love a goodie bag.
Everyone loves a goodie bag.
Yeah,
and we'll probably have some champagne.
Oh, that's mandatory.
Yeah, and we just take votes on if we open it at the start or at the end.
I might hold off to the end. I'm a one-pot screamer from way back, so I'm not sure what that will do for my presenting, but I'll definitely be celebrating with a glass of bubbles at the end.
Absolutely. So the masterclass with Felicity is going to be on Saturday the 8th of October from 1 to 4 in the afternoon, so you can get up and either spend time with your kids or on your own, whatever, and then come along and spend an afternoon in the studio with us. And we'll put the links below the video. There's a booking page and also an event page on Facebook, and we can put the link to Felicity's website, which is
www.felicitywatson.com.au.
Nice and easy to remember. So thanks for listening, and thanks for coming in today and having a quick chat.
Oh, my pleasure, and I look forward to seeing everyone at the workshop.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Thanks, Fee.
Thanks. Bye.
See you.